found AHO Radio. We're authentic human outliers coming together to help heal the fear of being authentic, to bring back genuine human conversation. No hype, no sensationalism, just honest talk about the critical issues affecting society, affecting humankind. And now, here are the hosts of AHO Radio, John Krotec and Bill Protzmann.
Hey, Bill, another episode, man, of the music shelf. How's it going, brother?
Oh, I'm hanging in, man. You know how it's been this last week. It's happy Juneteenth, everybody. I was out today. I had a problem with one of my tires. I went to the tire store. The guy came up to me. He looked a little down and disgruntled, and I said, happy Juneteenth. Zero response, just like flat, nothing. And I felt like I'd offended the guy. I'm like, okay, well, fine. But it's like, I am feeling more hopeful now. It's crazy, but I'm feeling more hopeful. How about you?
Well, I've seen kind of interesting. I was at the chiropractor yesterday, right? And I'm leaving the chiropractor, and there's a black woman, young woman, as a matter of fact, and she was wearing like a nurse's smock, and she had like her credentials around her neck. And I pull up in my Jeep, she's probably thinking, who's this white redneck, right? Oh. and I roll down my window and I said, hey, young lady. And she turns around, she looks, and I said, I just want you to know that I love you. And she kind of looks at me and I go, hold it. I go, it's not the creepy kind of love. I said, it's the love that comes from above. And she just got this huge smile on her face. And I kid you not, she says, isn't it crazy right now?
Yeah.
And I says, yes, it is. I said, you have an awesome day. And she says, thank you. And I was off, So, in fact, Michael Franti was with, stay human. We're talking about authenticity and, how to be genuine. And there's so much going on. And I'm like you, I'm the eternal optimist. You know me, man. We've been working for almost a year now. And I just, it's all about choices, and understanding that everybody's kind of going through the same things, Why is my hate any different than yours? Why is my love any different? It's all the same, ladies and gentlemen. If we were to unzip these skins and trying to stay human, thank you, Michael, then, gosh, we could certainly understand that underneath of it all, we got the same blood.
It's the same stuff underneath,
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyhow, I'm super excited. I want you to tell us more about
So
Michael Franti and what we got going on.
Didn't know this was happening, but Stay Human has been a song that I've known about for about 10 years. And we're going to play it. I'll give you the YouTube version, and we'll put the URL in the show notes. You can go and play it. But more important than that is that this song is so powerful that Michael Franti and Spearhead, by the way, is the band. He's turned this into a movie. And that banner behind you is actually the movie banner. And you can see the awards this thing has won. You can stream it on YouTube.
Awesome.
It's out there. You can watch it. And the movie is basically a documentary of, I'm not going to give away anything, but it's basically a documentary that Michael did around some people who were in his life authentically in ways that were significant for him. So I'd encourage you to watch the movie. But let's first do this. I'll play the song, and then we can talk about it, because I think the message in it, Stay Human, the title, is so important for us right now. So I found this song when I was doing a lot of street work, volunteer work with homeless people, with veterans on the street, and it really spoke to me. So let me just share that with you, and let's rock on this, and we'll come back and talk it over.
Let's give it a listen.
This one's dedicated to all the freaky people out there. All us lovely freaks and weirdos. We're just trying to make it through life, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's rough out there. Just try to keep a sense of humor. Try to stay human, you know what I'm saying? Starvation is a creation of the devil, a rebel. I'm bringing food to the people like a widow, bringing flowers to a grave in the middle of the city. Isolation is a riddle, to be surrounded by a million other people, but feel alone like a tree in the desert, dried up like the skin of a lizard, but full of color like the spots of a leopard. Drum and bass pull me in like a shepherd, scratch my itch like a needle on a record, full of life like a man gone to Mecca, sky high like an eagle up soaring. I speak low but I'm like a lion roaring, Baritone like a Robeson recording. I'm giving thanks for being human every morning. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. Be resistant. The negativity, we keep it at a distance. Call for backup and I give you some assistance. Like a lifesaver deep in the ocean. Stay afloat here upon the funky motion. Rock and roll upon the waves of the season. Hold your breath and your underwater breathing. To be rhyming without a real reason is to claim but not to practice a religion. If television is the drug of the nation, satellite is immaculate reception. Beaming in, they can look and they can listen. So you see, don't believe in the system to legalize you or give you your freedom. You want rights? Ask them, they'll read them. But every flower got a right to be blooming. Stay human, because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. All the freaky people make the beauty of the world. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. The beauty of the world. Stay human. See why 2K, you know, is the moment. In time we find that we can open up a heart that's locked or been broken by the pain of words not spoken, nor shot by guns are still smoking. Cartwrights out on the Ponderosa, or drive by bang and Testarossa. We need to heed the words of Dalai Lama, or at least the words of your mama. Take a mental trip to the Bahamas. Steam your body in the stereo sauna, comma. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every box got a right to be booming. Because the streets are alive with the sound of boom, bop. Can I hear it once again? Boom, bop. Tell your neighbor, tell a friend, every flower got a right to be blooming. And every box got a right to be booming. And every child got a right to be zooming. Every voice got a right to be Scooby-Dooing. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby. Scooby-Dooing. Because all the freaky people make the beauty of the world.
Man, you know, Michael Franti, you know, I am a super freaky person. I get it now, you know. Ponderosa, Mama, Testarossa, flowers, you know, the whole 9 yards. Everybody's got the right to be blooming, you know. We're all flowers. Killer piece, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful song this is, and it's so rich. There's a sort of a through line here that goes way back. I think maybe it goes back to even what's his name? I can't think of his name now. Bob Marley, right? There's a heritage here that Franti's carrying forward. It's sort of like an I don't know, island civil rights. What I don't even know how to call that, but it's beautiful in a way that is so embracing. It just calls everybody into the room, like all the freaky people make the beauty of the world. What a great line, man! All the freaky people.
And when you think about Bob Marley, of course, grew up in Jamaica, and he grew up in a suburb called Trenchtown that was like really, really, really a poor section of.
Yeah, it wasn't great, right?
No, it wasn't. And, you know, Bob's father, believe was a white guy. His mom was obviously black. I met her. Her name's Sedelia Marley. Met her back in the day. And, you know, yeah, that cesspool of social injustice and poverty, it's amazing how people come out of that with so much love in their hearts. And,
Yeah.
there was the One Love Peace concert, years and years ago, and a great documentary movie called Heartland Reggae. And all of these luminary reggae singers and Michael Franti, what a great groove and vibe. They're taking, like you said, the tribe, and they're taking this legacy of pain, and they're making documentary movies, and they're singing songs with such intense lyrics, but we can all relate to it.
Oh,
So
totally.
what
It
is that?
totally crosses over, and you just want to jive with this song, right? It's such a great invitation to join the party, even though the subject matter is really difficult.
Well, we've said it a million times, and we're just two guys here on a YouTube talk show, about authentic human conversation, and the language, and guys like Michael Franti, it's the universal language, music.
Yes.
Such deep soul there,
It's so deep. You've got me thinking now. Caribbean islands. So I learned this recently, but after that big earthquake in Haiti a few years ago, the first people out on the street were people who were dancing. They were jiving to the music that was being made by other people who had nothing else that they could give except to put some music on the street. And there's some famous stuff that came out of that. I mean, there's some hip hop that will just, blows you away. We should do one of those songs, but they're pretty obscure. And unless you live in Haiti, you probably don't know what they are on the Gulf Coast. Beautiful songs, but that was how Haiti came back together. People came together to dance
through music. Do you remember Curtis Mayfield?
Yeah, of course.
Well, one of the songs that I heard, like, gosh, I don't even know the year, but I know I was really young, and it was a song titled Superfly.
Oh yeah.
And oh my gosh, that song. Now I'm a white guy that grew up on the west coast of Florida, right? I didn't know anything about the culture that he's singing about, but the song had such a groove and such a vibe that I did connect to what the words were. And
of course, sure.
I just can't say enough about the examples that guys like Michael Franti and Curtis Mayfield and those singers in Haiti and Bob Marley. I just can't say enough about listening to their pain and their story through the music that these creative fellow human beings make. I mean,
can we talk about that for a second? Because one of the things that's been hard for me is how do you play your pain, right? How do you bring your pain up in a way that's useful, that is forward focused instead of in a way that's hateful? And I think maybe the thing about Stay Human here is the invitation to feel that pain, and then to, instead of using it for a dark purpose, to use it for a good one.
I'm thinking of
to do something, even though like obviously the lyrics, this world is crazy basically, but doesn't it give you the opportunity to join together, to connect with somebody else over that pain in a healthy way? I think that's what he's talking about here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think back to a song. It's called Redemption Song. It's by
my gosh, yeah,
Bob Marley. Oh, pirate ships, they rob I.
Yeah.
Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they threw me or something in the bottomless pit.
Yeah, it's harsh.
It's a real slow song, but it is a deep song of anguish and hope at the same time. And it's kind of like what Stay Human's all about.
Yeah.
A livelier version of pain, but no less impactful.
And it's honest. Both Redemption Song, Stay Human. In fact, one of the things I love about Michael Franti generally is that he's just so honest. He just doesn't care what you think. He puts it out there. But when he puts it out there, he doesn't put it out there in your face the way, I won't name any names. It's not up in your face like defying you to say anything or to come in. It's more of an invitation to say, join me. Don't look at me as separate, but join me. And
he
I think
even pokes fun at himself,
yes.
Calls himself, I'm a member of the Freaks, and I'm a flower and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the lyrics are great. A good song is all about the power of the lyrics and then how it's delivered. And Michael Franti with Stay Human just freaking kicks it.
Oh yeah, and you guys, if you're listening to this, you probably recognize "Sound of Sunshine." That's Michael Franti. He's got some stuff out there that's huge hit stuff. This is a little bit more obscure, but check out the movie. It's worth taking a look at on YouTube. You can find it. We'll put the URL in the show notes, and see what you think. This is a guy who's doing what he, as a musician, what his gift is music, and music, of course, connects us. So he's doing all of this amazing work to create connections where there aren't any. And
that's
song, what that matters. That's
well,
what
it leaves me with great hope when there's guys like
right?
Michael Franti and the musicians around him that are able to do what they do with such class and professionalism and real talent. I just have
real
so
heart.
much hope.
Real
it
heart.
Leaves me with hope. Yeah,
it's bringing the heart. And we've talked about this before, like Brittany Howard. There are other musicians out there today who just connect on that heart level, and it doesn't matter who they are if they can make that connection. It could be a machine. Thank heavens it's not, but it's got that the invitation to come home, right, and be a part of the human race. That's what matters. That's what. And matters.
In today's day and age, no matter what time period we are in history, it's always something to remember that we are part of the human race. Which
part of the bigger picture, right?
And we talk about all the different colored lives that mattered, and white, black, red, Asian, Latinos, and but the reality is humankind matters. And guys like Michael Franti with Stay Human and the documentaries are just giving their God-given talents back to the world. And those are the things that we need to do. We can all destroy stuff. It's easy to just tear shit down. But imagine if we're building stuff up, and if you can do it through music or filmmaking or whatever you do, poetry, your love of music with music care, you're the type of people I want to be around. Hence the reason we've even got a show,
You bet. And like you said, we were talking about this on one of the poetry episodes. Love is a hard thing to do. The default setting, hate, not so great. It's a hard thing to love. But thanks to folks like Michael Franti and others, they're making that easier. They're making it easier. And if it's just a little bit easier, let's do that, right?
But human organisms, biologically have this fear instinct, right? Whenever there's something that they don't understand. So it's fight or flight, right? So there's a biological. So it doesn't excuse any of this outrageous behavior. But get a hold of your emotional state and take a deep breath when you're feeling angst and anger and hatred or whatever, and then turn on a song like Stay Human, or Redemption Song or Amazing Grace.
Yeah, hey, pick a song you love, go with that.
And then walk away and see what happens. Don't react, pro-react, and see what happens. And that's it's easier said than done. But you got to work at it. Be the example to your family. Be the example to your community. Be the example to the tribe that you hang with. Say, you know what? I know we're pissed, and I know that there's this social injustice taking place, and let's be the positive force of change and not destroy society and our communities. Gosh, we got to go shopping at some of those stores. I don't want to go into my neighborhood a week from now and realize that the grocery store that used to feed my family is no longer there. Stay human.
Stay human.
Find the love. Find the love for each other. And thank you, Michael Franti, because
yeah, I don't have anything else to add, folks. I mean, that's my partner there, John Krotec, amazing man out west.
And likewise, man. I love doing these with you, man.
Oh,
you let me experience this with you, and it's awesome.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this episode of AHO Radio. Information we mentioned is probably in the show notes, but if we missed anything, please let us know and we'll get it added for you. Subscribe to the AHO Radio channel on YouTube to stay connected, and as always, we wish you health, success, and significance. AHO!
AHO.